G'day technologists, it's Jamil here, and in this free lesson I'm going to show you how to create an interview pack for your sales role. So if you are looking to get a job or maybe a next one and try and progress in your career, having an interview pack when you are interviewing for a role is a great way to stand out from the crowd and really impress that hiring manager. So let's check it out. So what's an interview pack for? You're basically summarizing and showing the business how you would apply your success to this role, how you would perform in the role, and what you would do to succeed in it. It's a great way to demonstrate to the hiring manager who you are as your personal brand. It shows your effort, your determination, the quality of your research, and it really sets a great intention and a great first example about the type of person you are in your role. When do you use this interview pack? I like to prepare one ahead of your initial interview, so a couple of days in advance. I also like to send my interview back to the hiring manager 1 to 2 days before the interview so they have a chance to digest it and have a look at it. And then what I also do is bring a hard copy of each of them in, and I provide them to every interviewer that is there as an opportunity to review it. Okay. So what is in a pack? It's, I use a slide deck basically and export it as a PDF, and it covers these main areas. It's your understanding of the role and how you would align to those expectations to meet those quotas or targets, a summary of your career and achievements, basically a visual version of your resume, a 30, 60, 90-day plan, which we've talked about in previous lessons, which is how you will intend to ramp up to succeed in the role. And you can also add something called a SWOT analysis, and that's an overview, a strategic overview of the role and what you think the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats are. It's optional, but it's a nice little way to really impress people. So when it comes to the understanding of the role, basically you just want to summarize your understanding. A couple of major dot points, 3 to 4 dot points, nothing crazy. What are the responsibilities? Have they mentioned any KPIs? Have they mentioned the segments in the industry? It's just a way to show, yep, I understand what the role is about. To get information on that, you would have seen the job description, having a look through the major KPIs and accountabilities. Ideally, you've probably talked to maybe the hiring manager or talked to someone else in the role and tried to find insights about the role, about how good the company is, and use those where you can to your advantage as well. After that, you want to show your career summary, which is an elevated version of your resume. And in that career summary, 3 to 4 lines, your main roles, the highlights, what makes you stand out, what makes you uniquely you. If you can, align those career highlights to the key responsibilities. Really, in an interview and using this interview pack, you're trying to align as much as possible your skills and capabilities to the requirements of the role to go, hey, folks, I'm a natural fit for this role. You should just hire me straight away. And then if you can, if you've got some major wins in this space, if you've got other examples, of wins, case studies, relevant customers, all that sort of stuff, add that in there as examples of how you've succeeded in the role as well. A 30, 60, 90-day plan. We've talked about this in a couple of weeks ago, and the 30, 60, 90-day plan is a high-level plan for you to on-ramp to succeed within 90 days of your sales role. Usually the first 3 months are called an on-ramp period, where you're trying to get your feet under the desk and understand the role in a bit more detail. This covers 4 main areas: customers, pipeline, your stakeholders, and the market research that's involved, and what activities you're doing inside these functions, and how you progress in these functions to start making sure that you are making quota after that 90-day period. Excuse me. Finally, you've got the SWOT analysis, just a high-level matrix of what you think the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats are in the role. So when we say strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, it's what are your strengths to the role? What do you think your potential weaknesses are in the role, or that you see in any weaknesses for succeeding within the role? It could just be external factors like the economy, for example. Any opportunities that you see that it might be unique to you to succeed in this role, and then threats. Is it competitors? Is it the economy? Things like that. And then just high-level overview, nothing too crazy. So what I'm going to do now is give you an example of how I've used this interview pack for another role that I've just recently applied for. Let's check it out. So in this example, I'm showing you the exact pack that I presented a couple of weeks ago trying to get a cyber BDM role. Got a lot of great feedback about the preparation for this, so let's go through it. Okay, so here is the cover of my pack. Here is the role understanding that we talked about. So with the role understanding, They had a couple of articles about this new product that they had released. I found that in their media. So I just summarized what I understood about the role and then put what I would offer to that role. Now, this is a cyber BDM role in a telecommunications company, in a telco, which I have significant experience in. So again, just a couple of high level points about what I can offer to this role, okay? Here's my summary about me. I took this from my pitch deck for the academy, so it's pretty schmick compared to what other people would do as far as design and credibility. But again, take the design principles, take the high level aspects of this out of it, okay? Yes, I did use my TikTok business class virality in the slide deck because it's useful for social proof that I'm a good person to do business with. This is a little summary that I use also in my slide decks about the range of technology and vendors that I've sold, talking about my breadth of capability in selling technology solutions. If you're in a multi-architecture vendor, this could actually work for you as well, so steal it if you like. I've summarized my Cisco sales achievements because this was a Cisco-based selling role, so a lot of my interesting wins there, and a couple of my achievements in my time at Cisco. Some of my Telstra sales achievements because this was at a telco at Optus, which is one of the main competitors. So what have I done in the telco space to be successful in that role? Some of the examples of solutions and big deals that I've won that could be relevant. So I've really focused on the managed aspect of what I've sold in these solutions and the value of them. So showing big deals with big value that are focused on managed security solutions or managed solutions that we've got here. So these are just a couple of my big wins to show that I've done the job and can do it well. What I did was to even go further as far as role understanding, was talk about the high level solutions that I'd be selling in the role, where I would define my pipeline, where the opportunities are to cross-sell and upsell these solutions, and then the value proposition of why an Optus and Cisco joint sell would be valuable to customers, because it's what about the customers find valuable. Cool. Here's my 30, 60, 90-day plan. We talked about this in previous lessons. So that's the 30-day, the 60-day, and the 90-day. And you could basically copy and paste this and use this for yourself and replace the names as far as I'm concerned. Go for it. And then here's the high-level SWOT analysis as well. So my strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, just a couple of dot points on each, and you sort of expand on them when you're having the conversation with your hiring manager. Okay? And this is a little summary that I like to put in, again, showcasing what I've done here, proven in the field, proven virtually. You might have a nice wrap up, very similar to those 4 dot points that we talked about at the start, just something high level to wrap up who you are and why. And that's just a little summary of me and the closing slide in my deck, okay? So if you need help with your own interview pack, there's a link to this lesson and my own pack in the description. Feel free to use it as you like. And if you want more tech sales tips just like this, you're going to love the Tech Sales Mentorship course that I've got inside my free community. Over 30 free lessons on what it means to be great at technology sales, covering the fundamentals of what to expect, how to sell tech as a non-technical seller, and some of the inner circle, tips and tricks that get you ahead. That's all on Tech Sales Academy, school.com/Tech Sales Academy. See you in there.